on the touchline, serving a ban domestically after he, to understate it, aggressively confronted a referee. Given a 9-month ban, but it does not apply to European games. Positive omen, his presence for United. They beat his Roma team in the semi-finals of this competition 4 years ago. And the Englishman Maitland-Niles with the foul. Dorgu on the receiving end. Well, it might even have become a harder task than he envisaged on his arrival. Can hardly be said to have taken United significantly forward so far. Clinton Mata feeling the pain. And not a particularly pleasant landing for him after going up there in the duel with Rasmus Højlund. Lyon supporters feeling a good deal better about their team at the moment. They've won 6 of the last 7 in all competitions. Significant win against Lyon at the weekend, although that was preceded by what might be an even more significant defeat to Strasbourg, who are on a remarkable run at the moment and fighting hard for a place in the Champions League next season. It's been a beautiful spring day. And I gather from those who've been around to observe the atmosphere amongst the supporters, a good day. But an early concern, and it means that Duya Chaleta-Tsar is having to go through his paces. So we do have nearly 5 minutes on the clock and the game yet to really, truly get going. Dalot, the Portuguese of French heritage. Plenty of Portuguese influence on this encounter tonight, especially in the technical area, where Paulo Fonseca is joined by a former winner of this competition, Paulo Ferreira. Here's Dalot. Good driving run from him, and it's Garnacho. And Manchester United getting into their stride for the first time. And not for the first time, Akuku is penalised. Does usher Harry Maguire forward, always a threat in these situations. Bruno Fernandes' ball is certainly threatening. Well, into a fabulous area. Casemiro struggling to get there, and Tolisso did, and directed it ultimately away from goal, but keeps the United pressure on. Referee's attention drawn to perhaps the treatment of Maguire. Kuku certainly getting involved in the physical battles early on. Casemiro trying desperately to get free. Ultimately disappointment as Maitland-Niles is able to tidy up. Unbeaten on his last 4 appearances against Manchester United. Cherki hoping to get into his stride, an immaculate stride at that. It's helped Alexandre Lacazette get opportunities to provide the finishing touch on many an occasion this season. United winning that one. Ugarte trying to feed Højlund, but aggressive bit of play by Tagliafico. Warm embrace for his former Ajax colleague Andre Onana in the tunnel, incidentally, before the game. So not everybody has taken offence at what he said. United being way better, although perhaps that was overemphasised. I don't know, maybe I'm being generous. So, good little break from midfield by Almada there. Opted not to feed him. Tagliafico with room to work with. Ugarte and Mata, the 2 centre-backs. Here's Tolisso. Picking up a very central position at the moment. He has operated recently from the left-hand side, and we may see that perhaps as the structure when they're without the ball, or that remains to be seen. Now Maitland-Niles. Lots of space to move into here. Is Vertu. Tolisso. Or Mata. Plenty of time on the ball there. Tolisso just making a dart into the area as Cherki contemplates. Here's Cherki again. And now he'll deliver. Tagliafico has the freedom of the city. Behind by Dalot. That was a great situation for Lyon. Not so clever from a defensive point of view for United, but both Tagliafico and Tolisso had found freedom in their penalty area there. Almada's delivery is a poor one. Vertu scampering back. Tolisso. Vertu. Tolisso. Ekate. Notorious against United with Nottingham Forest last season. Ekate. Little change of pace. And Mazraoui round on the cover. Will be coursing with confidence at the moment. Georges Ekate, born in this city to Georgian parents. And he did get the last touch on that occasion. Goals flowing, whether it be for club or for country at the moment, which his opposite number cannot say. It's one since the turn of the year. As United bring it down to a distinctly leisurely pace. Fernandes is the target. Maitland-Niles with some good athleticism, and that's a noted feature as far as Ruben Amorim is concerned. The physicality and athleticism of this team, a greater challenge than that produced by Real Sociedad in the previous round, but they can also match it with genuine top technical quality at the front end. Ekate potentially getting some joy again here. We've got a deflection. And Onana able to welcome it comfortably into his grasp. And there's Onana's good friend, who, if you're not aware, after it was pointed out to Nemanja Matic in the press conference that Onana had suggested United were way better than Lyon, he turned around and described Onana as the worst goalkeeper in Manchester United's recent history. Fernandes, that's a really potentially useful ball, or useful avenue, certainly. Dorgu making strides down that left flank for United. Four meetings, Champions League level. No Lyon victory. The only knockout tie was won 2-1 on aggregate by United 17 years ago. Cristiano Ronaldo getting the decisive goal. Good work by Akuakuku. Tagliafico. Tolisso. Cherki. Oh, lovely football. Tolisso. No way through a thick blue line. Akuakuku picks it up again. Now Amada. When they get into the pocket of that groove, Lyon, they can be a joy to watch. Recall their game at Ibrox against Rangers in the league stage, where it was a pretty even contest in the early stages, but suddenly in a few instances they really turned on the style. 4-1 victory in the end. They've beaten Eintracht Frankfurt in this competition, which, given their performances, is a hugely impressive result. Beat FCS B in the previous round. 7-1 on aggregate. United, for the record, beat the Romanians 2-0 in the league stage. Seeking out Garnacho. Tagliafico. There's lancing thrusts down the left side. Useful weapon for Lyon tonight. It's always going to be a foul, Ugarte. It's a ball laden with risk there, and Højlund is able to retrieve it. And now Dorgu driving on, and Højlund fluffs the chance. Well, it was the contact of a player who's seemed seriously short of confidence. Never posing anything like a threat. Tagliafico, Tolisso, Makuku, Tolisso making a little burst into the box there. It'll be picked up here by Tagliafico. Al-Sarawi behind. Variation on the theme this time. Almada's delivery. So, Dalot stationed at the near post. Sheki will preside. And, a little bit wild in the end from Almada. A little hop, skip and a jump in front of him, and unable to keep it down, to say the least. He's arrived on loan from Botafogo during the January window. A club with strong links, shared ownership. Bit of pressure applied there to Almada. Ugarte having to deal with it. Ugarte receiving it from Casemiro's flick. Mazraoui. Looking to spark United into life here. Little attempt to set a different tone there from Nusayr Mazraoui. Handle on possession for Lyon. As we approach the quarter mark in this first leg. Second at Old Trafford this time next week. Dalot, after a good combination there with Ugarte, gets into a position to deliver a cross. Fernandes leaves it. And he's furious. Højlund certainly not on the same wavelength. Garnacho. Combining well with Dalot here. This is much better from United. And Bruno Fernandes off target in the end, in large part because of a deflection off Ugarte. That did seem to be goal-bound. Maguire with something to attack, but he can't get his head to it. Maitland-Niles making his presence felt. Here's Dorgu. Just got a deflection, Højlund. Casemiro! Acrobatic, but routine for the goalkeeper, Lucas Perry. Casemiro's compatriot, now a member of the senior Brazilian national squad. It's the best save percentage of any goalkeeper who's played 5 games or more in this competition this season. For those stat fans, Mazraoui's challenge, a foul on Tagliafico. Tolisso unhappy. Back in the squad tonight. So, Almada over the ball, Cherki over the ball. And it's the former that delivers and beats Anana. Almada's free kick going all the way through. And the goalkeeper who's faced scathing criticism from the Lyon ranks in the build-up to this match, beaten. And Almada obeying the golden rule at a set-piece. When you're delivering it in that sort of area, to keep it on target. It seemed to evade the arriving pair of Ugarte and Tagliafico and find its way into that net. And the sprawling goalkeeper, surely anticipating a touch in front of him, could not react sufficiently well. And after full scrutiny from the video assistant referee, the goal is awarded, and a great gesture to their stricken teammate Ernest Nuama, who suffered a very serious knee injury at the weekend. It's his first ever goal in European competition. having struck already domestically against Le Havre. So, United looking for a speedy answer. Bruno Fernandes, if anyone on the pitch in blue, done the most to try and inspire them. Maguire rising to no avail. He's perhaps imagining there would be a touch, and it really doesn't look good for the Manchester United goalkeeper. Ugh. A despairing moment, and a moment where they remind their suffering colleague, Ernest Nuama, what he means to them. Well, Maguire could be in trouble. Mikhail so sharp, so lively. Cherki went his own way when Almada was waiting, but it's cannoned off Cherki there, and potentially Lyon can win it back here, which they do by hook or by crook. Almada, Tolisso. Vertu. Tolisso, Almada. He's worked an opening to shoot again. And Onana grateful that that was really routine. But it's a good idea to continue to try and test the goalkeeper when he'll be perhaps feeling a little fragile. And clearly, in the statistics, the goal not counted as a shot. Cherki, advantage played here by the referee after Tolisso was caught. It absolutely was a cross, but what Almada did that's so important, and set-piece takers will often tell you, if you're playing a far-post ball like that, with that sort of angle, try to keep it curling back onto the target, because what unfolded there is what can happen. And while we're dwelling on that, a challenge that has brought Diogo Dalot a yellow card. And fortunately for him, he is not one of the players at risk of a suspension coming into the night. And he certainly got there late. Tagliafico felt the force of it. And this was the cause of the deliberation. They were wondering whether Nyakate, who made an obvious attempt to play the ball, was in an offside position when it was delivered, but no. And it's got them bouncing. They don't need too much encouragement. If you keep it on target, you get your rewards. And he'll be delighted about that. But Onana, a goalkeeper in the spotlight and under scrutiny, really had to be flawless tonight. And he was way short of that in that situation. Oh, Tolisso with an absolute gift here for Højlund. Well, he made amends initially with the challenge, but Højlund records a shot on target. Well, the captain put his team in a bit of bother there. No harm done. Good take by Casemiro. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Dorgu. Won't get the better of Maitland-Niles. Cherki. Oh, and Almada getting himself into trouble. Lyon threatening on more than one occasion to undo all their good work. Dalot. Ugarte. Good ball that by Dalot for Højlund. Definitely has to be better. Garnacho. Dalot. Ugarte. Almada arrived quickly on the scene. Mikautadze did well. And seems to have lost his footing rather than anything else. Fernandes. Still down though. Casemiro. Dalot. And that could be threatening. It's Garnacho who got the shot away at the end of it. After it just wouldn't finally sit for Dorgu. Let's see what happened for Mikautadze here. Was there any contact of note? Didn't really appear to be. intervention of that nature is not going to put Bruno Fernandes off his stride. Plenty of air on it, and Perry able to beat it away, needed help to conclusively clear it. Oh, and Maitland-Niles seemed to be a bit of a risk leaving that, but Bruno Fernandes unable to retrieve it. Got into some decent areas, United, but really Bruno Fernandes' deflected shot, the only moment where they really look like causing trouble so far. Ireland with a couple of moments. Actually, he should have done better with that one that he scuffed. That would certainly come under the bracket of good opportunity. Almada, Cherki, and he'll look to carry the fight again. Tagliafico, Mikhail-Tadze, and Dalot keeping his eyes firmly fixed on the ball. He's got to be careful. Kuku has certainly gone into a fair few challenges, and that a jarring clash of knees. Well, so far so good for Paulo Fonseca. He has had something of a transformative effect since arriving at the end of January to replace Pierre Sage. He dug Lyon out of a bit of a hole last season. He was a very popular incumbent. They lie 5th in Ligue 1 at the moment. 3rd guarantees a place in next season's league phase of the Champions League. 4th will earn a place in the 3rd qualifying round. It's quite the battle. But it might be quite the season for French football. Lyon, certainly a team with the winning potential in this competition this season, and Paris Saint-Germain, certainly at this stage my favourites to take the Champions League for all that's worth. It's probably not a good omen for them, in all honesty. Fernandes. Vertu. Mikhail-Tadze. And Ugarte able to rob him. Fernandes seeking out and finding Garnacho. Able to evade capture. Ugarte, Casemiro. Dorgu just was a little heavy, and that allowed Maitland-Niles to make the challenge. Archer nearly able to cut that out. Kurku. Sheki's ball forward. Garnacho. Tagliafico. Mata. Decent tackling there by Maitland-Niles. Neatly done, Mikotadze. Almada driving forward. Up a cul-de-sac, but he was clipped. Well, it's not an enormously consequential contact, but it is a free kick for Lyon in a position of promise. And he's there again. It's on the edge of where you'd consider taking it on, I suppose. But one free kick has worked for him. It's Almada again. And had better luck the first time. Tolisso. Now Mata. Musaniakate. It's the first campaign in European competition for him. Sheki. Good burst from Tolisso here, and that's a glorious ball. Mazraoui read it, and important that he did, but good pressure here from Tagliafico. Well, quite the scrap here between the two ex-Ajax players. First real flash from Sheki. Great idea and almost the perfect execution. Sheki's corner is not great, but a little bit of goings-on inside the penalty area at that set piece. Hoyland able to turn and move into space, and Akuku got his timing right. Ugarte will find Dorgu here. Closing in on half-time, United trying to fashion an opportunity, but their window closed fairly swiftly. Here's Cherki. Tolisso, operating really well in little space there. Mikal Tante. Lyon really threatening here. But again, an important intervention by Mazraoui, who kept those eyes firmly fixed on the ball. Here's Højlund. Mata coolly winning the duel. There was some delightfully incisive football in midfield there from Lyon. Didn't make the most of the situation. Maguire. Dalot. Ugarte. Well, Ugarte seemed to pull Garnacho back there, just grabbed his arm. It wasn't especially forceful. Well, maybe the bit before, the bit I noticed was, but it's a free kick to United at any rate. So, maybe time at the end of this first half for one more chance. And United in prime position. Fernandes being troubled by the laser there. We don't want to see that. Fernandes' delivery. Oh, and in! Leny Yoro! A goal greeted by near silence. His first for Manchester United comes at a vital moment. Well, Lucas Perry dealt with the initial delivery despite the distractions in front of him. Hooked back in there. And Leny Yoro able to react sharply and score a goal that really changes the picture. Ugarte hooking it back into the box. Leny Yoro finding the header. And while they're looking at a potential foul in the build-up in the VAR booth, at this very moment, we're all square again. And that check is over. The goal will stand. And there is time for no more. Well, Thiago Almada giving Lyon the lead with a goal that is as much down to Andre Onana as anybody else. But from a Bruno Fernandes set piece, right on the cusp of half-time, United eventually managed to score an equaliser through Leny Yoro, the youngster. And that'll make his mood improve a touch. And at half-time here, it's Lyon 1, Manchester United 1.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play.
Hey, little help?
And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can I give them a ride?
Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy.
That's me.
So, what do you do outside of the Capital One Cafe?
What do you mean? No fees on checking accounts and no overdraft fees help me sleep at night. What's in your wallet?
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
også derfor, jeg gik ikke op rigtig der, du spiller. Jeg skal bare tage touch, mand, som du så siger.
Ja. If you go back close, you block the last one, alright? You speak to the shot. If it's first post, you open that gate. No? You.
So Manchester United re-emerge for the second half, reinvigorated. Lyon have had plenty of control for that first half, albeit there were flurries, there were moments for United. But certainly Paulo Fonseca will have felt that was something of a sucker punch after Lucas Perry's punch was hooked back into the area by Ugarte and headed home by Lenny Yoro. Smile on the face still of Lacazette, who's still a potent performer. Well, United on terms with literally the last significant action of that first half. And, well, a painful blow, a punch right to the stomach for Lyon. It certainly exerted the greatest sense of control during the course of that first 45 minutes. There have been no changes of personnel here in the second period, although that is bound to change in the not too distant future, but certainly a change of mood for United. But no changing the headlines just yet. The dominant figure, the Manchester United goalkeeper. Fernandez looking to break away. It's neatly done for Dorgu. Fernandez has shone brightly and is doing so again here. Sprightly turned by Ugarte and a ball into an excellent area. Akuku under zero pressure. A really promising build-up there from Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes at the heart of it, and at the end of it, a painful one for Mikel Tadze. Pulled back by Ugarte. No one in blue able to get on the end of it. Well, Tolisso very much calling the shots. A final briefing for the players in the tunnel before they re-emerged. Tellingly in English. Such is the way of things. Cherki. Starting gun there for Dorgu, but A run for nothing in the end. Koko just augmenting the back four at times. United are building up. Very surprising call in its broader context. It was certainly anticipated with Tanner Tessmann's absence. It was certainly forecast by the French media, almost without exception. Lovely touch by Bruno Fernandes. His example tonight certainly one to follow. Lacazette is ready to take the stage. It's been something of a painful night for Mikel Tadze, who's in tremendous form at the moment, but there is the potential for a slight rejig here, and perhaps for Tolisso to go back into a deeper midfield position if Akuoku can't continue. Indeed. A sad sight on his big night for Akuoku. And Lacazette thrust into the fray. Played in the final of this competition in the past. He's mixed it with Manchester United on many an occasion. And he's produced a very respectable goal haul again this season. One goal in 8 previous appearances for Manchester United, all in the colours of Arsenal. Three victories. It's a foul by Ugarte, a yellow card. Mikel Tadze. Oh, he really has sprung to life here. It's brilliant play, Lacazette. Oh, that could have been quite the first touch, but he didn't get it right. Mikatadze certainly did brilliant work. And a player of his caliber and experience would expect better. It's not straightforward with so many bodies around. But a really good opportunity, really tremendously well made. Maguire doing enough. Lacazette, desperate to try and get to the ball. Mikatadze really coming to life, and this is the kind of thing that he's been producing lately. Not just a scorer of goals, as I've mentioned, but creating them too. And he carved out the chance there for Lacazette, who couldn't take it with bodies around him. Hoyland's pressure on Mata there has forced a Manchester United corner. And as we've seen, set pieces offer potential. Mr. Nubert could not have been clearer. Hernandez's delivery is threatening. And two Lyon players colliding in their attempts to deal with it. Came off Toliso's head, who knew nothing about it, really. It's not in any textbooks, that. But plenty of bumping and barging. And it was Vertu on the receiving end there from Dallo. Yoro in the mix again. Window of opportunity open for United. Maguire really trying to wrestle his way to it. Yoro. Maguire might have been offside there. Possibly why he didn't contest that duel. Garnacho. Lacazette. Almada. Both the previous meetings between these two in Lyon have ended in draws. Maitland-Niles is fouled in the end. There's been a history of United comebacks as well. They were behind in 2008 to a Karim Benzema goal in the round of 16 of the Champions League, and Carlos Tevez popped up with a late equaliser. And in 2004, in a group game, United were actually 2-0 down before Ruud van Nistelrooy came up with a double to save them. Garte. little bit loose, that, from Tagliafico. Lyon not exerting the same grip on proceedings we saw for long spells in that first half. Mata works it to Vertu. Tolisso. Højlund chasing after this, but so too is Almada, who's been diligent enough with his defensive duties for the most part. Lacazette. Maitland-Niles. Tolisso very much at the hub of the midfield now. It's a pretty roving commission anyway. Manu Matic, incidentally, warming up. Here's Maitland-Niles. Mikau Tate almost cannon back his way. Such quick feet. Haven't really seen Cherki yet pick up the ball in that kind of position and go at them. Dorgu. Yoro. Fernandez. Yoro. Well, it's opened up for him here. It was an invitation. In the end, not a moment to trouble the headline writers. It's indicative, though, of where we are in this game, that Lenny Yoro is able to step forward with a degree of conviction. Flicked by Lacazette. Casemiro able to work it out to Bruno Fernandes. To that point where changes will be happening. Neatly on by Ugarte. Garnacho streaking away here, but Ugarte able to match him ultimately. So the end of the evening for Erasmus Højlund, who's had his moments to shine in front of goal. And Zirkzee, his replacement. Casemiro going near and almost getting there. Lacazette, now the potential on the break for Lyon if they can get it right. There too. Almada. Maitland-Niles wants it. Almada. Clinton Mata. Opportunity for Lyon to get a grip on things again. Enjoy a sustained spell of possession. Maybe find the punch at the end. Tolisso combining well with Lacazette. Corentin Tolisso! Well, it was brilliant up to the finish. Some delightful football here. Lovely little flick by Lacazette. And an excellent little turn inside. Completely sold Mazraoui. But ultimately, it's the finish of a man using his weaker foot. Really good chance, beautifully fashioned. Xerxes. Lacazette. And just Lyon growing stronger and stronger. Cherki with a chance to make his influence tell. And it worked out for him there, even though he didn't perhaps execute as well as he might. Mikhail Tate, great take! And again a nearly moment. Maguire getting close enough to have an influence on the outcome. Just on the stretch there, Mikhail Tate. Just a sense in the stadium, and after a quiet opening, albeit with that Lacazette chance in the first 20 minutes of this second half, that their team are stirring. And Onana takes the long route to try and get Bruno Fernandes into a position where he can cause some problems. Dorgu. Casemiro getting there first. And Niles preventing the corner. Ball. Manchester United getting that slightly fortunate break when Tate was not awarded a corner. Able to change the direction of travel. A free kick. Handling offence by Mata. Fernandes over the kick. And Maguire getting free, but by foul means. And a free kick to Lyon. In the mood to get on with it. But they could find themselves swiftly under pressure. Cherki battles back, and battles back to good effect. And the noise levels rise. The momentum builds. Mikhail-Tadze. Tagliafico. Almada. Mata. Maitland-Niles. Well done by Vertu. Maitland-Niles. Oh, he's completely fooled Dorgu. Lacazette lost his footing. Mikhail-Tadze. Well, led off for United, but they can make serious inroads at the other end. It's Garnacho. It's Fernandez on the stretch, wrong-footed. And suddenly it's end-to-end. Well, Lacazette cursing the loss of his foothold inside the penalty area. Mikhail-Tadze cursing United's real desire to defend the situation, but defence turned into attack quickly there. Maitland-Niles. Cherki. Now he's faced them up. That's lovely, Maitland-Niles. That wasn't. And this is a really promising break. It's too much of a stretch for Bruno Fernandes. Lovely Lyon build-up again here. Work by Maitland-Niles, and Lacazette losing his footing. Mazraoui in the right place, right time. Dorgu. You see, clipped by Maitland-Niles. That's the verdict. Well, he wondered why. Certainly not the most heinous crime, but it is a free kick. So Zexi amongst those waiting. Fernandes knowing that this would be a time for him to conjure his best quality. And unfortunately for Bruno Fernandes, it was well short of what he's capable of. So Mason Mount having a little personal resurgence, a player who started a Champions League final and won it in the colours of Chelsea. Enters the European stage for the 50th time in his career, replacing Manuel Ugarte. Cherki, Lacazette. It's a bit of a Hollywood ball, that, in terms of its intent. Dalot. As you'd expect with that change, Fernandes falling back into the central midfield too, to a degree, although at this precise moment he's taking on more the look of a 3 in midfield. But that wouldn't be Ruben Amorim. Here's Mount. Garnacho. Xerxes, too much of a chase for him. But Lenny Yoro's equaliser right on the cusp of half-time has put United in a position I'm sure they would be delighted to hold come the end here and come the start of an important Old Trafford night. Here's Tolisso. Tagliafico, and it's a corner. Cherki is on hand. Tagliafico poised to attack. It's not a great delivery, though. Maitland-Niles. Mikhail the target here, but that is the head of Diogo Dalot. Fernandez. Well, Vetu wasn't able to cut it out, and this is Garnacho, who's through one challenge, but not that of Tolisso. Xerxes battling for it. Almada. Tagliafico. Cherki. Tolisso. Niles left stretching, around the corner pass by Mikhail. Maitland-Niles. Might get it back, and he's done more than that. This is Cherki. Trying to thread it through a forest of blue. Tagliafico trying to win it not once, but twice. And the first challenge was not deemed a good one on Mason Mount. And tempers somewhat frayed. Well, Mr. Nubev waiting for it all to settle down. Tagliafico came careering in, and that clearly a foul. Mount able to get up and get on. And Mr. Nubev gave him every chance to do that, but quite rightly a free kick. And Tagliafico somewhat inexplicably frustrated about it. And I think inevitably in this situation, a yellow card will be brandished in both directions. Sense of combustibility there. Xerxes touch for Fernandez. Mount. Hasselbanyakate, brilliant. That from Fernandez. Dorgu's ball's a beauty! And Perry able to parry from Garnacho. A really good chance for United. Garnacho having to meet it on the full. Into the ground and up, and Perry able to divert it away from danger. But Bruno Fernandes's contribution, superb. Dallo just ghosting in there. And it's the head of Casemiro. Oh, and there were plenty taking a sharp breath there, fearing the worst. Two nearly moments for Manchester United in quick succession. Really offered too much in the way of punch in front of goal in this second half. Managed to create chances of genuine quality with some build-up play that also match that description. Maitland-Niles' ball in. Mazraoui sprawling. Tagliafico back in there. Lacazette. Vertu was just making a little late run into the box there. Tolisso. No shortage of ambition. Well, Tolisso felled. It's just a little brush of the studs over the foot. And a reminder that football boots are rather more like carpet slippers than when I was a lad. Fresh blood for United shortly. It's Almada. That could be an incisive ball. Sheki. Good combination play. Sheki in the end with a wayward finish. But it's all very neat and tidy from Lyon in terms of their approach play. Well, curtain call for Garnacho. And a good opportunity to put Manchester United in front that he couldn't quite make the most of. Could be Mainu getting a warm welcome back. Harry Maguire making an exit, and Victor Lindelöf is his replacement. Well, as with any away first leg, you want to come home with your chances firmly intact, and they are at the moment. But here come Lyon, Cherki. Yoro got there the first time, but not conclusively. Almada. Cherki. Floated in there. But, close enough to Onana to mean Lacazette had very little chance of making anything of it. So many bodies around Mikhail there, but he's trying to win it back. Xerxes to Mount. Dorgu. Casemiro. Yoro. Dorgu. Xerxes guiding it back to Dorgu. Casemiro. Lenny Yoro for United. Mazraoui. To dispatching it up the field. Harry Maguire in the sight of Tom Heaton there. It's not been that regular on their bench. Cherki. Lacazette with a chance! And a chance he can't take. Attempting to find precision, go around the obstacle of Lindelof and find that postage stamp. But objective not achieved. Well, Lyon and Lacazette have had moments to win this first leg. Menu. Dallo. Fernandez. Mason Mount arriving, Dorgu arriving. The cross eluding. Oh, loose. That was loose momentarily by Maitland-Niles. Tolisso. Lacazette not quite under his spell. They're a team that have scored plenty of late goals recently. Couple notably to secure victory against Le Havre in not the previous game here, but the one before that. 2 late goals in Bucharest for the sadly stricken Malik Fofana against FCSB in the previous round of this competition. Fernandez threatening to get in behind. Menu finds him again. And Xerxes coming in for United and scores! Game changer! Off the bench to produce a major moment in Manchester United's season. But Bruno Fernandes, once again at the heart of it. Mainu does well, and the delivery is spot on from the United captain. The header leaving Perry despairing. And Lyon cursing the missed opportunities in this second half. A player who hasn't been alone in this, but the subject of serious criticism at points this season has come up with a moment to, at least at this point, silence the critics. He scored in San Sebastian in the previous round, and this one even more important. Lacazette with that little darting run, but it'll escape his clutches. Well, Paulo Fonseca's Roma were beaten by Manchester United en route to the Europa League final 4 years ago. Still a long way to go, and while Nemanja Matic may feel that his pre-match words have been proven to have been correct to some extent, that the error from the goalkeeper may not be an important factor in this match and in this tie. We'll see. Here's Mainu. It might yet improve here for United. Fernandes. They've never lost to Lyon, Manchester United, but they've never won against them on French soil. Dalot. Xerxes. Mainu making inroads. Xerxes again. Casemiro. Fernandes. Oh, they're looking to repeat the trick, but Clinton Mata dealt with it. Another teasing and tormenting delivery, but the defender exemplary. Well, he left the stage thinking, well, played my part in a 1-1 here, that'll be all right. It's got even better since he left, and Lenny Yoro, Maguire's fellow defender, playing a big part. Fernandes with the corner. Mainu going to ground in there. More up than away. And Perry adjudged to have been fouled. It's Lacazette and Mainu in dispute. It's a foul. And a free kick to United. Must be said that Lyon were in their imperious pomp when Manchester United visited this city those previous two occasions, the team in France. Everyone trailing in Paris Saint-Germain's wake at present. Mikhail trying to get Lyon back to a position which they would surely deserve on the balance of the game. Xerxes. Dallo. Fernandez. And on he goes, Xerxes. Can't get on the end of it. Lacazette. Well, he can't get away from Menu because he was testing the elastic on his shorts. That's a yellow card. And as blatant a card as you will see. Oh, and well, it evades Lacazette in there. Seems to be a touch of tiredness about it. Maitland-Niles, Vertu, Almada, good disguise. Lacazette, Cherki, Mikhail and Onana's there, it's in! Cherki pounces and has his say right at the last. Victory surely snatched away from Manchester United. And one of the most talked about players in European football is on everybody's lips again. Lacazette turns, a neat touch. Mikhail fires it, Onana. Well, it's a moment to forget for him again. And Cherki reacted like lightning and finished in clinical style, the deft flick. The perfect choice. And by his brilliant recent standards, it's been a quiet night, but players of that kind of caliber likely to produce a moment, whatever the overall story. It feels cruel for Manchester United. In truth, it was probably cruel on Lyon that they trailed. And Onana may well take top billing from an English press point of view. Ryan Cherki coming up with the moment to change the picture with virtually the last kick. Almada had put them in front, a free kick which evaded everybody, including Onana, who should have gathered it in the first half, or at least pushed it away. Lenny Yoro with an equaliser right at the end of the first half, and a role reversal in the second period, really. Xerxes with a goal off the bench to put United in front. Beautiful cross from Bruno Fernandes, dispatched with his head. And then right at the end of the second period, Cherki striking after Onana could not deal with Mikhail Tadze's shot. And the final score in a dramatic first leg, Lyon 2, Manchester United 2.
With Chevy Equinox EV, you can wake up every day with a full America's mode. Go EV without change.
Hey, sweetie.
Honey, everything okay?
What happened, hon?
My friends are having a sleepover without me.